Hey, what's up, Internet? This is Acamus Prime here, aka that guy I see when I look in a mirror. And I'm here to bring you another Transformers video review, and this time I'm reviewing the Titans Return Voyager class Sentinel Prime. And Sentinel Prime is a character that they're like, hey, let's make a Prime, and that's a name from the comics. Yeah, we'll do him. So I don't know offhand if this color scheme is like relatable. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Actually, maybe in the War Within comic, he was like mentioned very briefly. I don't know. Possibly in the old Spotlight Optimus Prime, where it talks about the previous primes and it briefly goes over Nova Prime. I don't know. Anyhow, he is molded in safety orange and slightly darker shade of safety orange. It's not really red. It's just kind of this like dark orangish. I don't know. It's kind of bright and loud, like color loud. But you know what? If you ever go hiking, you won't get lost. At least if you do get lost, they can see this guy from mouse. Just take it with you, like hold it up and be like, "Here I am, here I am." Anyhow, in this alt mode, he is a shuttle of some sort, and the surface detailing on him is actually really nice. He's got some great panel lines and like little divots and things in there. He's got this like cockpit section that could really use some paint. For the hello, focus on stuff, camera. Could really use some paint on those windows. But I know that Hasbro is trying to save monies. Got some cannons there. I'll stick the guns right here on the sides. Cannons there. Little Autobot symbols right here. These are tampo printed on. There's no stickers on this. Thank God. You know, the first few releases were really good, and then they're like, yeah, let's just sticker everything. So, not a big fan of the stickers. He does have this little cockpit area up here where his Titan Master Headmaster sits. And his Titan Master Headmaster is molded in that same safety orange. Just bright colored, a little bit of gray. You know, some of these Titan Masters, by the way, a little bit of an aside. Some of these Titan Masters, they've got, let's see if I can find an example. Yeah, this is a perfect example. My backdrop's going crazy. They've got a pin right here. So you've got a pin here and you've got a pin here. But some of them are like, we've got a pin here, and then we're just going to use like a clip here. And so, like, what gives? What gives, Hasbro? How come some of these are like properly assembled and some of these are just like half-assed? I don't even know. Anyhow, this guy here he's got a lot of great surface detail on him. Actually, if you take a look at him like really close in detail, he kind of looks reminiscent of the bigger figure in robot mode, but just tiny because he's a little headmaster. But he sits in there. This goes over top, closes him up quite nicely. He doesn't come out. Not to scale with the cockpit there. Yeah, one of these is fake. It's that one. Spoiler alert. Anyhow, to transform him up into his other vehicle mode, we're going to take his guns off of here. We're going to put those up. These will untab from the wings. We're going to extend these straight out. Forgot to mention he does have these cute little landing skids here. And we're going to take this and open that up. We're going to pull this up right here. So this is Wonders About. We're going to turn it and just leave it right there for a second. And then these, we're going to split that. And that's going to pivot. There's a pivot up in here. That's going to go up. And then the arm is going to clip. into the leg, like so, like so. And then this peg is going to fit into this tab right in a slot right here, like so, like so. And again on the other side, tab, slot, bam. Now he is, oh wait, one last thing I forgot. Pull this up, spin it around, close it down, pull this up, spin it around, close it down. And now we have like the Psycho Death Train. I tell you what, like if you were driving down the road and like the BNSF was pulling one of these suckers, you'd be like, holy crap, man. Oh, I forgot another step. Yeah, I'm dumb. These will flip down. Those panels will flip down because they expose yet more of this this wheel detail here. This is like really good. That was a terrible joke. Don't laugh at it. It's interesting. So, if you look at this thing, like, this is totally like a little cockpit here too. Just this tiny, tiny little cockpit. Little tiny place for your carman to stand there. Little tiny ladders there. Like, if you look at the scale of this thing, this sucker's got to be like, well, if you look at it in terms of railroad terms, it's got to be at least like 4 cars long. It's just huge. It's just this massive, massive thing. And yet, here's the guy. So, I don't know. Definitely not built to scale. Who knows what exactly the scale is. Now, some people speculate that with the Titans, like, these are Titans, right? And they're like, yeah, this is a full-size transformer here, and then this is like this huge oversized body that they pilot, control, transtack. I don't know. I haven't heard any confirmation of that theory either, so I don't really know. These fins, you can put them up here, you can put them down so you can have a nicer view of the scenery as he goes by on the rails. Still got all of his guns out. The other side is, the cockpit's just the same, just, you know, mirror image flipped. It has got just this crazy, like, this is like the cow catcher from hell. Like, seriously, nothing will stand in its way. But yeah, that's the train mode. It's got a little wheel here, little wheel here, little wheel here. So, you know, it rolls-ish. It rolls if you push it, which I guess is kind of how rolling things go. Nothing really rolls on their own. Hello, Isaac Newton. And so to transform him up into his robot mode, we're going to take these guns off. We're going to pop that open. Evict that dude. Going to open these wings up. Flip this all around. And then we're going to disconnect these arms from the legs. And put this back down. Oh. And we're going to close these panels here. And then we're going to close these panels here. And I suppose it comes up to your personal choice whether you want to have, I guess it doesn't really. I was thinking about this earlier and I was like, yeah, it's a personal choice, but I guess it's not because it doesn't really want to fit flush. Pop these guys open here. Flip these around. Hey, raise that up. Put these down. You've got your hands in here. This tab slot right here And I like to take these and put them like this, so that they're still on his back, but they kind of get out of the way of his body, his arms. And this is kind of what I was talking about. If you look at this little dude here, like you can see the like shape of the stuff on the chest with like these parts here are on that, and like this shape here is on there, and even like this shape here shows up a little bit. I don't know. It kind of seems to mimic it. The like detailing on the legs kind of looks like the detailing on the legs here and stuff like that. So like this guy, he's almost like a little tiny guy, like a tiny version of this. Fold this guy in half, like all of them. Stick it up there, and it's basically done. Like all of the Voyager class figures, you can have this little head thingamajig. Not sure what this is all about. He still has some neck articulation when those are out. Focus, camera. You know, I bet you my camera is just like, yeah. All right. Hey, maybe actually it doesn't look any different at all. He still has some head articulation, not much, but I don't understand what this is supposed to be. Is it like sensors, or is it like speakers, or is it like, I don't even know. I just putting it away. His face is definitely an Optimus Prime-ish face, with the old mouth plate and the like head crest thing and the like kind of like ear thingamajigs here. When you have these parts stuck down, like he, you know, of course has got a much bigger range of motion. It's the old Titan Master range of motion. But I don't know, he's decent. Stick a gun here. Stick a gun here. This gun is his buddy gun. It's got camera. It's got these two little tabs in here and this one little slot. You can stick these holes in that peg in there. So now you can be out shooting with your buddies. Why is his head backwards? Somebody else played with this. Yay, buddies. In terms of articulation, he's got his head, as I mentioned. It turns about, if you put this up, it still turns about, but just significantly less so. His shoulders will move out all the way. Move up a little more than 90 degrees. I'd even say that's a little more than 100 degrees. Wow. His arms will go more or less all the way around. It'll swing freely if you get the wings out of the way. Woo! As if you ever really need that to happen. No waist articulation because this whole thing splits around here. His legs will go out. His legs are on this like soft ratchet. It will go out all the way. Forwards and backwards, it's actually on a kind of a clicky ratchet. Again, the wings get in the way of his legs, but if you get him out, he's got a full range there. But of course, you're not going to get it out of the way because you're going to pose it with everything in place so that he doesn't look dumb. He's got a thigh swivel, about 90 degrees in the knee, no ankle tilt. Oh, the figure sucks. A little bit of front and back. So I mean, he's not like phenomenal, but he's not bad either. He's a pretty decent figure with decent options and a decent, you know, decent play value. But yeah, from the back, he's got wings just going everywhere. In terms of paint apps, he's actually pretty decently painted up. He's got a little bit of red here, yellow, red red on that, red here. Red on his fists. His fists are molded in some color plastic, but then they're entirely painted in red. Which is kind of silly, because there's all sorts of red plastic on him. Why wouldn't you just mold them in red? I don't know. Yellow here, silver. He does have the tiniest little Autobot symbol right smack on his chest. Like, that sucker is minuscule. Like, I mean, that's my thumb right there. That's just the tiniest Autobot. It would have been cool if they stuck like Autobot symbols right here on this big like flat area on his shoulders, but I don't know. I'm not a toy designer usually. But yeah, that's Sentinel Prime, and it's all right. Maybe you wait for Astro Train, but it's all right. Anyhow, everybody, have fun and be good to each other.